Hey everyone, welcome back. Blake from Form Point Custom Works here. So, made a little more progress this weekend as well. Got some of the platens made. Temporarily got the wheels on. As you can see, this one, they're just temporary on here for now. I'm trying to get stuff lined up. Got the idler pulley or adjustment wheel stuff set up. I'm using an Allen key there right now. Here's my Allen key. Here's my Allen key. So we're using the Allen key. You turn it. It pivots it back and forth. As you can see, I'm trying to think of a knob or something for here. Make my own knob. Design something here. Same as the rest of the knobs on these. 6-inch wheel on this one, 4-inch bottom rubber wheel. Oops, sorry. Got the 4-inch wheel on the bottom. It's rated 4-inch, and then got the 6-inch on the back, 2-inch on the top, and then I have a 4-inch. See that there? Yeah, 4-inch. For my adjustment one. I'm waiting for a 1/2-inch tap so I can tap my holes and that type of thing. Don't force taps. Speaking of taps, I forced one. Whoops, dropped it. Well, that's what's left of it. Grab the other piece here. So this was a 3/8 tap. Can we see that? Yeah, it fully. And the other piece of it. I got the narrow shank on them because this hole here has to go one underneath here that pushes this in and out to get the wheel up and down for your adjustment. You've got to tap all the way through the 1.5-inch bar. So I bought HSS 3/8/16. I'm going to focus. There we go. Narrow shank. It's got a narrow shank on it because normally the ones you get with your tap and die sets, if you're buying tap and dies, somewhere on my bench here. I know it is here. I've seen it here today. Can't find it now. But, yeah, normally they're the same diameter. The shank and the cutting thing are pretty close in diameter, so it won't go all the way through. So I had to buy them. I busted one. I've got one coming in a 1/2-inch. I had another 3/8 one here, but I'm not seeing it on my bench. So yeah, so we made some progress today. I cut these here because I'm going to take this handle, this portion here, I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to weld. I'm going to cut a 1/4-inch channel through here. So it's showing up. Yeah, I'm going to cut a 1/4-inch channel through here, and then it's going to mount through there. So it'll sit like this, so you'll grab this to push up and down. I'm not liking this, and I did one, and I think I tossed it. I'm not seeing it. I'm just going to keep it and show you guys, because I did one. Oh, there it is. So I had one made up, sort of scrapped it, but you can see where it was like here. So yeah, it would have didn't quite work out. It quite wasn't right, but I've got it figured out now after this one. So I've made a few of these handles now, trying to get them right. So that'll get a groove cut in it, mount it in there, and I'll have my handle. I'll put my wood on it and that type of thing. Get a really good handle to it. Some of the stuff I've done, for the hinges on these. Can I spin this? Can you see? Is it showing up? Yeah, my hinges. So on my hinges, I didn't use washers. I was trying to keep this tolerance tight between the 2-inch columns. So what I had was, I had some gasket, high heat, high temp automotive gasket. Cut a 3/4 inch hole. I put one through there, one through there. As you can see, they just slide in there. I had 4 of them in total. They slide into each one. And I found that just to give me enough gap. So there they are. Well, the focus, come on. Focus, there we go. So yeah, so I just used gaskets. I didn't use the washers. Any of the washers I got that were 3/4 inch were quite thick in diameter. Like, they were really thick. I didn't like them. So I went with them on that. So I used these. To get the tracking on these, spin this. Can you see? I'm going to slide you over a little bit here. This one here, right there. So to get this lined up with the handle, I made everything first, and then I took this and I took a 1/4 28. Now I should have another one here. The other one I've lost. So basically I had a 1/4 28. I cut the head off of it, and then I pointed it. I threaded it into there, to this ball joint unit, and then once it was there, I used it to scribe up and down and back and forth a bit to give me my center where to drill this hole through. Because when you're hand making all these, they're not all the same. They're all different. So I found that was the easiest way to make myself a scribe. Making the platens, this is the first platen I made. I made sure all the measurements were right, holes were true, everything was square, and then all I did was use this as a template for the next one, this one for this one. So as you can see, I used it to drill all my holes out. I still got to cut down and grind everything else out to match up to my lines, to my holes for that one. So that one I still got to work on that motor. My springs still haven't come. I'm still waiting for springs. Yeah, so that's pretty much as far as we got. So as soon as I get this hole drilled, I can get my wheel mounted on here, and then I can play with the tracking and that type of thing. I'll get the motor wound up. And the other two that I have here are gonna have to sit and wait. I'm Canadian. I'm trying to source some Canadian makers for wheels out. Having a little bit of a hard time because I'm trying to find, a 6-inch. I know I'm not going to get these in Canada. I've got to go elsewhere. I'm trying to find a 6-inch wheel, same as that, 2-inch, a 4-inch drive, like this one, or I shouldn't say drive, 4-inch tracking wheel. So yeah, so I got my 4-inch tracking wheel. I got a spare 2-inch for here, for that one. These have a metric bearing. So when I ordered these, they come from Europe. The guy selling them was selling, I got a really good deal on them. He doesn't have any more. I wish he would, because I'd get more from him. They had a 5/8 for the motor, but these were metric. I'm not doing metric. So what I've done is Maple Ace, Canadian company, has bearings that have a 1/2-inch hole. Is that showing? Yeah, 1/2-inch hole with the right size diameter to place in the bearing. So basically pull the lock ring out of here, pop them bearings out, and then I can just slide these in, and they have a 1/2-inch bolt. So they fit a 1/2-inch bolt. Perfect. Nice snug. So yeah, so I'll be doing that. I might order more from the guy out of Europe and go that way, but funding's getting a little short right now, so we're sort of piecing things together here, trying to get them set up, get them ready to go. All 3 of my grinders and that type of thing. So the plates for my platens that go here, I haven't got done yet. I still got to work on them. I'm going to do them at a 1/4 inch, read through the plans and do them. What else has been going on here? Some of the tools I've been using, grinders, my drill press, which is right there. There's my handy dandy little old drill press. My grinders here. I have a 20-volt, this one, with the high-speed deburr bits on them, carbide bits on them, using that a lot. Using my little grinder thing here as well. I got spare blades for it, or not blades, sorry, belts, grinder belts for it, and that. I've been using that. Your standard drill bits. Take you over, show this thing. I do have an old grinder. That's what I've been using here for a while, doing all my grinding, getting any shape down. This is a design from Jeremy. He's on YouTube as well too. This is one of his first designs come out. I copied it pretty much way back in the day, and it's worked good. The only thing is it's long. It's really long, narrow. That's why I've liked these ones, is because they're short, compact, a little higher up, a little easier to work with. So this is one other thing I made. It's a router table. I have a 3/8 carbide deburr bit. Will that show? There we go. And that's what I've been doing. It's a cheap router. I buy them off Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, that type of thing. I just buy them 20, 30 bucks. I put them on here. I put the carbide bits in them, and I mean, it's rough on the routers. It burns the bearings out, but I paid 20, 30 bucks, and I can mill out all these. Very nice, clean, fancy. I've used it for some other stuff for this part here as well too. Milling this all out makes my life a lot easier. So yeah, so them are some of the tools I've been using besides my MIG welder, cut and torch. Nothing else really fancy going on. Hand files. Yeah, that's been it. So yeah, so that's where we're sitting so far this week. So I thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update this week. So yeah, so this is where we're sitting on the grinders. and that. My tabletops, I'm not gonna make my tabletops till I get my grind plate for my platen done, and I get my holes drilled for the 1/2 inch so I can mount my adjustment wheel, my 4-inch adjustment wheel there, and get my springs so I can get some tension on a belt and get my belt and my grind plate in here, because then I'm going to use that to I'll grab one of my grind plates. Hey. So yeah, so pretty much where we're gonna sit for maybe a week or two here till I get some more parts and pieces, and then yeah, we can go from there. I'm definitely gonna try and get this one set up, this one running. At least get there with it and get it hooked up and try and use it. The other two I'm gonna sit and wait till I can get wheels and get what I want and get it set up the way I want. So yeah, so thanks for coming along. Hope you guys are enjoying the builds, and think I'm covering everything on them and showing you what I'm doing and that type of thing. And yeah, if you guys like it, hit the like button, subscribe. Yeah, you never know, I might hit 50 followers one day here pretty soon. That'd be cool. So thanks for coming along, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.